Okay. Okay. Yes, we are here. Finally. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we're so late. But yes, hello, everybody. I am Dalah for those new EP Box Dude. And we've been streaming every day this year. Today is day 99. Fuck. That's a lot of days. Also, found out I have an ear infection, and earlier I threw up because not wanting to take the pill. That's gross. Yeah. It's really, I do gotta say, when bound to this mortal form, um, as a human, it is fucking terrifying when you vomit and it's just fully red, like blood red. It is kind of terrifying. So yes, I definitely know what you're kind of talking about there. Oh, there you go. There's a little bit of music. I was like, why is that? The thing is, I could hear the music in my ear. Is brown like Coca-Cola with red chunks in it? Fair enough. This is not a great intro to my stream. Sorry, we're talking about vomit colors. Yeah. But yes, today we're doing art. Yay! Because I didn't eat breakfast. I get that. I very rarely eat breakfast myself. Here, let me see. So yes, we're going to be doing some art. We're going to be doing the drawing. We're the best drawer. And as in the title, maybe a little bit curious. Who knows? We're drawing the 5 fantasy races that I have in many of my worlds that I write about. And they're usually pretty similar. Sometimes they can be a little bit different depending on the world, but yeah, we're going to draw them today. Also, for reference, these 5 races are humans, elves, beastkin, gnomes, and dwarves. Maybe I should give a little description of these people too. Can't stop coughing? That's not good. You should really be taking your pills. So that's all I'm saying. Also, if you can't take pills, I recommend crushing them. Various people that I live with have had to do that. I had to do that for like a while. Hednazon. That sounds like a medicine indeed. All right, I'm gonna try and get into this here. Oh yeah, I also wanted to say the description. So the human one isn't actually finished. I was working on these today. Like, for this particular world that I was writing about. So I'll just give what I have so far. Humans, born with endless curiosity and creativity for new, great, and sometimes terrible things. Humans are one of the most populated races, with a strong hold on the world stage. These are the guys we're drawing. Humans, pretty simple. Pretty simple, guys. Just exactly what you expect from a human. Kind of average looking is the vibe we want to go for here too. The cats are basically just the humans. Cats are actually the beastkin. It's cat beastkin. That's where cat girls are coming from. Or potentially they could be the half-breeds between humans and beastkin. Cat girls. There we go. Beastkin humans. There we go. I wanted to write that down because it's important. It's important to know where the cat girls are coming from. Also, something I very much wanted to make clear here. Let me see if I can't find it actually. Where are you? Working title. There you are. Maybe I should give the descriptions of all the races and then do this. All right. Elves, born with the wisdom of long lives and blessed by the spirits. They are in tune with nature and have the longest lives of any of the great races. And due to this, have become naturally more refined, knowledgeable, and stoic to the changes around them. Although, perhaps at the cost of a lower population, due to the time they are allotted to find a mate, and the seemingly ingrained trait of only ever having a single mate throughout their entire lives, even after potential separation or death. They're appearing similarly to humans. They have the ear stuff, but whatever. I haven't fully written that out. Something I did write down is notably elf ears are thought to bring one longer life and are considered ingredients for medical remedies in many cultures. I hate the fact that I have so many allergies combined with asthma sucks. That does suck. I'm sorry you have to go through that. I have, I know people with asthma, and I have like a sort of minor asthma. It has a name that I'm forgetting, but it's like asthma's baby cousin. Which, yeah. And then there's Beastkin. Born of endless hunger and fervent spirit, they live almost entirely in the moment, often with reckless abandon and violence, with rare exception, seemingly stemming from a shorter lifespan of only 40 years. With tradition of passion, strength, and contest above everything else. For this reason, they both provide some of the greatest warriors and are one of the most populated races around the world. Gnomes. Gnomes are born quick-witted and swift-footed, especially for their smaller size, despite being physically the weakest of the 5 races. they're often faster than most any other, besides beastkin. Beastkin are kind of just like, they're not quite as intelligent as like the other races, but they are far more physically capable. And they can also like turn into werewolves and shit. However, making up for this, they are very intelligent natural tricksters capable of fooling most scholars by early adulthood. However, are purer in heart than most. Natural leaders are most trustworthy allies and strategists. They have a broad history and tradition in the crafts, specializing in skilled working of delicate materials, tinkering, and alchemy. Despite this, however, they can still be looked down upon for their smaller and frailer stature, heavy drinking, and jovial personalities the race is known for. They also have a little bit of their physical deal. Oh yeah, I also skipped over this. Beastkin with such shorter lives reach maturity at 9 years of age. And then elves reach maturity around like 40. There we go. And then there are the physical traits. Gnomes are generally noted as appearing similarly to a shorter human, standing no taller than 3 or 4 feet. The only clear definable traits they are known for are having larger feet and hands, slightly larger eyes, with their pupils taking up the vast majority of the iris, slightly thinner bones, and a very fast metabolism. And we move on to a dwarf. All right, have good eats. Eat well. How do I? Here, let me see if I can find something. There you go. Eat well. I'm just describing these various races. Dwarf born of earth and a will harder than stone, with the second longest lifespan among the 5 great races. That's all I've written on their first little bit. But below I have, despite seemingly similar traits, dwarves are distinctly different from halflings. Notably their musculature. Dwarves are noted as having 4 times denser muscles than either halflings, humans, or elves. Their physical strength only equaled by beastkin, often more than double their size. More noticeable differences are their unique circular eyes, square pupils, 2 thumbs on each hand, increasing their grip strength tenfold, and thick beards found in both sexes of the race. Little blib there. But yeah, those are the races we are drawing. And we're of course starting with the most boring one. Humans. Very simple. Look here. We just want loose ideas mainly for these. So think like think like first or second draft drawings. And we're going to draw both male and female here. Before that, we're going to want to do this. Like that. Microphone fell over. I fixed. But yes. There. Oh, damn. Here. I wanted to say those races because there's this someone I know said something about D&D. Because D&D is going through like a very, everything's very the same. There's no difference between the races other than they look a little different, right? The classic orcs are just Mexican farmers in sombreros for some reason, or whatever. You know what I mean? Which you see on one of the 60 books that they were putting out or whatever. Orcs as farmers, D&D. Let me see if I can't find it. I don't know. I can't find it at the moment. But there was like a whole... Yeah, there he is. All right, here. Here. Fuck. These guys. Look at this. What is this? You know? And this is in an attempt because there was like this whole thing online where people were going on about how orcs are supposed to like racist towards like black people for some reason. And basically me and this other person were saying, no, that's because orcs are like the way they are, not because they are supposed to be like black people or whatever, or like whatever race you want to say they are, which is actually racist. But they are a completely different species. They're like the difference between a gazelle and a lion. It was described to me as when you look at an orc, you get the uncanny valley. And that's how I've always wanted to write my orcs ever since. They are inherently not human. Like there can be dark-skinned humans, there can be light-skinned humans, there can be whatever. But orc, or in this case, I go with kind of beastkin. I don't really like orcs. I don't know why. This feels too normal for me, I guess. I like to go against the grain a little bit, right? Not too much, but a little bit. So for me, they're beastkin. But the main character of this story, how do I say this? He's a little bit racist. So he's never met or seen like a beastkin before. But when he goes to this, to where like the main start of the story is, he meets them. He meets dwarves and he meets halflings and he meets elves, right? But the first one he meets or really runs into is a beastkin. So the MC, I haven't decided a name yet, runs into a beastkin's back. And he immediately looks up at this 8-foot tall, like probably 400, maybe even 500-pound beast of muscle, built like a gorilla, with fangs and claws, and like you look at your bicep, right? I want to inherently make its bicep look inhuman. There's like some meat on its bones, but the way it's like put together is different. And the MC notes that it's not just the fact that this thing is huge. His instincts are telling him that this thing is fundamentally made to tear flesh apart. It is not human, and the uncanny valley is screaming at him that this is wrong. And basically he's going to immediately run away and bash into a dwarf, which is not much better, as their description entails. So that is what this is going to, I'm going to hopefully be able to display in drawing these things, these peoples. And yet somehow, in this place where they are, humans and all the other races have gotten along and are working towards a singular purpose. What is that purpose, you may ask? I guess you'll have to find out by reading the story eventually, or I will probably at some point today just start talking about it. Yeah, I want music. Music, music, music. Here, let me do this. Man in the Mirror, why not? It's been a minute. It's on my nice little playlist here. Up next is Thrift Shop. Hell yeah. I love that song. For once in my life. Make it right. I also play in a D&D game where I play myself, and we rarely play this game, so we haven't gotten very far into it. But I play myself. He's kind of into someone's like D&D world, like this person's D&D world that I talk about this with. And one of my fellow players has been interacting with dwarves, and the way they're constantly described is just so fascinating to me, and I quite like it. So it's how I've always kind of, since we kind of had that talk, kind of how I've always just imagined dwarves. They're almost Tolkien, but not quite. Go. There we go. I want to make this feel like a natural resting position if this person were actually just like asked to do this. And they were willing to do it. That's fine. That will be female. All right, and then we're just going to do this. That is not what I meant to do. Oh, let's go and do this. There we go. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay. I had hope that my knee thing was just me not walking enough. But I've been walking every day, so it's back anyway. Felt it this morning, but I was kind of hoping that was like a one-off. I have been feeling less though. Maybe, I don't know. I'm definitely still gonna go get that doctor appointment. I haven't been able to because they've been out. The doctor's away. But no. Not looking to make him crazy muscular, but we are looking to make him like kind of an example of what a human might look like in this art style. So we need to, and also more than that, we need to make him defined as like a male human. This is what an example in this world, I guess, as a human might look like, you know what I mean? Okay, so we got $20 in my pocket. It's fucking awesome. Oh, yeah, your granddad's clothes. I'm looking incredible. I love thrifting. It's fun. It's weird. Well, I'm weird. Every time I go into a thrift shop, I always buy ties. I don't know why. I like ties. Like a thinner wrist. Hold slightly, but we can fix that. Oh. I'm finally here. Holy shit, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a minute. How you doing? We missed you. Why no? But okay, not going to stream this week due to having shit all throughout. Fair enough. Don't blame me. I'm so bad I actually cried for the first time in 13 years. Well, I'm sorry you're going through that, but it's good to let it out sometimes like that. I think, I'm not sure. I am sorry that you're going through it, though. That's rough. It was coming eventually? Yeah. Well, I hope that I can be of a little bit of happiness. I don't know. Here, I know it's gonna do it to me, but here. I can't for you. There you go. I know it's coming for me, but there you go. It is connected, right? Yeah, there it is. So that's a hell of a delay. Started up stream today, and it immediately was like, nah, fuck you, man. You're going to drop 50 to 60% of your frames immediately. But I gave it a second, and it actually calmed down. So now we're only at 1% of dropped frame. Comfort. That's the word I was looking for. I hope I can be of some comfort to you, Froggy. Aw, thank you very much. I know I don't have the most riveting content, but I hope that people find some enjoyment out of it. And you'll say that you do, so and you keep coming back, so. Even if I am a little bit boring, I think it's fine. Nothing wrong with a little bit boring sometimes. Sometimes I want to be a little bit not boring. No. But right now is boring time. It's a little late. I know it is. Wino was staying up late to swing by, even though they were feeling unwell, which I really appreciate. If Wino ever looks back on today, no, I really appreciate you. I'm talking to people on the Hollow Knight Discord server. We are sharing Ort right now. Also, sometimes boring is good. I'm boring too when I stream. Yeah, I agree. Boring can be good. Just a little bit of chill to hang out with. That's what I am offering today. I just realized I completely forgot to do something I was going to do this week. Oh, you've been here enough, you know what that is. Talking about it last week. But I'll get to it. I know I will. Oh, at some point. Today's walk was nice. My legs hurt more than usual, but it felt easier, weirdly. I don't know why. think I did walk a little slower, but I forgot to time it. I'm timing myself. Just see how that progresses, you know. I've gone down 4 minutes already, so. Pretty good. Especially for walking. The goal for these guys is to look like you came up to somebody on the street and said, hey, I'll pay you like $20 to hold out your arm and I take a picture of you like this, or like some reference material or whatever, right? So it's kind of like unimpressed. But doing it, you know. Looking, I got a sick looking picture of a 1960s Cadillac today. Oh, like you took one. I was like, someone gave you a picture of a 1960s Cadillac, which I mean it's fair, but like, that's cool. I'm gonna take a... I'm not a huge car guy, so I'm gonna take a quick Google search at what that looks like. 1960s Cadillac. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I've seen a few of those. I think I have like... There's like 3 that live in my area somewhere. I don't know where they are, but I see them on my walk every day. around like 2 p.m. and they're just driving down this highway. It's one of three of them. Rarely is it two. I've never seen all three together. So I don't. Maybe it's the same guy who owns multiple Cadillacs, but it's kind of weird. Just for me. My dad's into cars, but he never really wanted to teach me. Kind of just liked being. He likes the. You know when people say they like the effect of working out? He likes looking at cars and having cars that he's done. He does not like working on cars. At least last time I saw him, which was years ago now, but yeah. Almost midnight. Yeah, you and Froggy are, yeah, you and Wino are almost in the same time zone, which is kind of crazy to me. What are the chances? I'm most popular in your time zone. You're not too far ahead of me. You're like 2 hours. I'm gonna be moving closer to your time zone in like a year, though. Yeah, no worries. I got what you meant. I know you're not moving closer to me. But yeah. Mostly because nobody knows where I live. Oh. I do. I think people have a base idea of the part of the world that I live in. They've been paying attention. I'll give him a slight receding hairline. A little bit of an older guy, it seems. I'm gonna be a little bit lazy. A little bit lazy, but it's fine. How lazy do we be? I could be very lazy. I'm feeling a little lazy today, so that's what we're going to do. go. That's a fairly shapely young woman. Shape. Obviously not perfect, but I want to do a fun one next, so it's either going to be dwarves or maybe halflings. Um, yes. Hmm. That's a very large hand. Let's do this. Hmm. Oh. Undo this. That's a little better. Oh. Then we're just going to something like this. Something like that. The mirror horizontal. Pupil. Pupil. Eyebrow. Eyebrow. They're both a little bit older. Yes. Go. Go. That. So, here, in case, you know, it was a concern, I'm going to show how I draw elf ears. Because these are slightly elfy. We'll showcase. Bigger hits, like. Oh. I'm just being dingus. Dingus wagilgus. I'll make this like a vaguely male elf. Yes. It is his jawline much broader. Which I mean can be a female trait. But oop, not what I meant to do. Because you're still not done. But this is kind of how you would draw elf ears for me. Much thicker. And wider. Longer. Bigger overall. Then, you know, you could do like this. Boop, 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 boop. slightly better. That's fine. Different people can have different ear shapes. Someone got me doing that. I don't know if it's any of you have picked up on it, but when I mess up a word, I go blah 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 blah. Right? I clear it out of my palate of sorts. And someone definitely is the unconscious cause of me doing that. And I remember there was one time where, honestly, it might have been twice. I'm trying to remember who it was, but I think it was actually both of them, where my dad and my oldest brother were agreeing for one of the very few times. And they tried to get me to stop doing that, and it just didn't stick. I don't know why. Hey, by the way, I used my walk. I don't want to be no time to talk. Wait, I'm a little lazy. I'll just fix it up a little bit. But yeah, those are humans. Indeed. That's fine. Then I'm feeling like drawing a dwarf. We'll see how much time we have by the end of it. We can actually finish them. Dwarves are kind of built like powerlifters. A little bit chubby. Or snowmen, maybe. Sad muscle monsters, basically. You know, it's kind of different. Dwarf. Hey, for some armor on this guy, he doesn't look so different, but he's still going to look not quite the same. You know, he is short, but or he's pretty big, but he's not quite that. And then maybe I should do like kind of general shapes for the other guys. This might be a gnome. General size ideas. And we need a beastie. Beastly boy. Here, we're going to do it this way because it's easier to compare something large against the largest thing we have, which is a human at the moment. We're going to need a little bit more space. About an accurate size representation right there. Beast, humans, dwarf, gnome, and this up here would be an elf, but I'm drawn at this moment. It might be more accurate to say a dwarf is built like a gorilla. These guys are built like Sasquatch. Alright. The thing about these guys is they have wider jaws, but hardly any neck. They're kind of built like a fortress. It's not really a weak spot. Of course, if you tear through their muscle and their skin, there's obviously going to be a couple weak spots, but it's got intestines and shit, so you know, there'd definitely be stuff like that. But besides Samantha. Yeah, as expected, I will end up telling a little bit of what's going on in this story. So it's kind of an isekai. Kind of it is. There we go. Don't have band-aids with me. Had a bit of pain in the ass? Oh. But good night. What are you doing? I'm confused. Good night. Sleep well. But I'm confused. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate the headbutts. I'll be a pain in the ass, but good night. Might be. Maybe it's going on for him. I don't know. I'm confused, but that's nothing new. Big stretch. Oh, fuck. Drink some water if you're here. Didn't think I could hydrate redeem you, did you? But there you go. Hydrate. Mm. Thighs wider than your stomach. The arms are going to be a challenge. You know what? No, they're not. I'm thinking about this like I would a human. Fuck. I just have bigger curves. Bigger curves. Yeah, and your shoulders come out over here. A little bit shorter. Uptown girl, she's been living in her uptown world, but she's never had a guy. But I never told her why. I'm gonna try for an uptown girl. She's been living in her white bread world. If anyone with hot blood can, looking for a downtown man. When she does what she wants from her time, when she wakes up and makes up her mind, she'll see I'm not so tough just because I'm in love with an uptown girl. And being in her uptown world, getting tired of her high class toys from her uptown world. Uptown girl, if I buy her, maybe something when my shift comes in, understand what kind of girl I've been, and then I wait, and when she's walking, she's looking so fine, and when she's talking, she says that she's mine. To see I'm not so tough just because I'm in love with an uptown girl. Even in her upgraded world, there's only one without cocaine. Looking for a downtown man. That's why uptown girl, take my uptown girl. Keep in mind when I'm drawing someone this short, their muscles are 4 times as dense as this person, and the only species as strong as this one is the one double their size. Now, sure, there's going to be weaker and stronger dwarves, but On average, this is true. California. God, how much I loved Uptown Girl. Hotel California about drugs. There we go. By the Eagles is not exclusively or primarily about drugs, though it does often use drug-related imagery before. The song is a metaphor for excess, narcissism, and hedonism of the American music industry and American culture in the 1970s. So kind of, but also no. That's a fun little surprise. Apparently that's also a common question. You can just type in, is Hotel California And that will be one of the suggested searches, or at least it was for me. I guess a lot of people find it relatable in that way. There we go. Merge that, and then okay. Now, this face probably looks very weird, right? Let's do this. Not like that. And it's still not going to look great, but not bad. Going to look a little bit better. A little bit better. See? Yeah. That's about right, but we want something a little bit cleaner. My ear's slightly itchy. I'm scratching it. Scratchy ear. Box ear. Alright. Now, obviously this guy's a little big looking, huh? Which means we need to make him slightly smaller. Line him up here. Going to be about that height. Maybe a little smaller like that. Something like that. Perfect. That's my dwarf. My boy. Alright, let's that's sort of a reference of length. Copy. Mirror. Do this. Like that. Or there we go. Something like that. Lower the opacity on that. Go. Here we go. We're gonna finish this arm. Give our boy his eyes back. Give him beard, probably. I'll probably keep the beard as detachable so I can see what his neck looks like and stuff. When I come back for reference. No. Yeah, so like that. Like this. Something like that. That. Nope. Go. Go. The way you want a dwarf on smithing, hammering some shit into place, but you do not want them really on your delicate work. because their fingers are nearly the size of your arm. Now, we are gonna just a little bit. And very rarely are you actually going to see a dwarf reaching out like that. They hardly need to. I see dwarves more often. You know, like this pose. Or maybe even I had it in my head what it looked like, but I don't know. But yeah, oh nope. Like a more casual poses. Now I think it's a little bit more understandable why somebody would be freaked out looking at this. Oh, it would be funny. Here. Let me do this. Generally, they're going to have a little bit curlier hair to turn into these kind of braids, Viking braids. Let's go do this. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Nope. Boop. Erase is here. Boop, 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 boop. Like that. Woof. But you know what would be funny? It's a female dwarf. Yeah. I think that's as much as we're going to get done today. I didn't really end up telling the story, did I? As Cass said, it's an isekai. But yeah, it's an isekai with the idea of exploring what this kind of fantasy world would be like without the fantasy. You know what I mean? From someone who's expecting fantasy. Oh yeah, I'll go to a fantasy world and whatever. Whatever's going on, right? And then you see this motherfucker. Or see this lumbering thing. That's just kind of the idea. Anyways, chat screen. Let me just save this real quick, and then I do yet. This one. That. All right, there we go. And I can exit that and that. What? All right. It's getting late for me, and I actually still want to make a little bit more food. Because I'm hungry and I've only had one real meal today. Had tacos and an apple. All right, but yes, thank you everyone for your support today. Chatters, lurkers, friendos, all the above. Yeah, our connection ended up being not bad. I like that. That makes me happy. happy. Here, let me see. Back to Twitch. Is there anybody really want to raid? I'll take you know, recommendations, but for now I'm not really seeing anybody I want to raid. So we might just end here. Oh fuck. Yeah, I think that's probably what we're going to do. Once again, hope you enjoyed. But finally, well, my cardboard crusaders, my boxy family, my lovely legionnaires. Good time zone. See you tomorrow. Oh yeah, tomorrow, fuck, is day 100. I wanted to ask, fuck, really any of my chatters, if I should get like a different game or like play something new tomorrow, for day 100, because I don't have anything planned at the moment. I can do two things. I could play Hollow Knight, which is the first game I played on day 1. I could draw something special. I could I don't know. We'll decide then. But yes, Cardboard Crusaders, Boxer family, lovely legionnaires, time zones, comfies, tomorrows, and buys. Bye bye.